City's got to go back.
Yes! Oh, yes!
The beautiful game of football transcends the green grass. Let's capture it for you in the most unforgettable manner. Just football on Splash 105.5 FM. The goals.
Oh my God, an insane goal!
The near goals.
Oh, what a miss!
Shots on and off targets. The drama, the controversies, the reactions. Miss anything? With us, you have everything. Every Wednesday, join the winning team. Kick-off time is 4 p.m. We'll keep you glued to your radio set for 1 hour, one whole hour, discussing the round letter game of soccer. Wednesdays, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Just football. The sound of the whistle. Let the action begin.
Okay, and there goes the whistle for us right here on Just Football on Splash 105.5 FM. It's absolutely incredible to be back here again on the show this Wednesday evening. And of course, it's all about football, the round of the game, and everything going on the pitch, off the pitch. Well, off the pitch, it is transfer window, and players and teams, players moving here and there. Coaches also not left out, but so far it's been all about the coaches coaching merry-go-round. The players also there somewhere around the corner there. And on the pitch, it's all about all of the different competitions, from the Euro 2020 to the Copa America to, of course, friendly games, international friendly games between women's, between the ladies and everyone. It is all about football. It's off season, but of course we are not starved of many football topics to talk about. And of course we're back here again on Just Football this Wednesday evening. Welcome to the show. My name is Blessing Fowowe, and Faith Adedeji is also joining me on the show this evening. Faith, it's great to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, good to see you too, Blessing. I'm doing very fine. Good afternoon, Ibadan. Good afternoon, everyone, and it's another wonderful Wednesday afternoon where I will get to talk sports. We always say this, or talk football more specifically, and then we always say that whenever we're here, it's more like we're in our comfort zone. And I hope our listeners will also be on the other side of the radio, enjoying the show with us. I hope they will sit back, relax, and enjoy the entire length of the show with us.
Okay, let us kick this off from the Nigerian scene, the NPFL. We told you about the ban, or the punishment, I should say, given to Kano Pillars after what happened in their game against Aqua United on Sunday. But now the LMC has announced that Kano Pillars have responded to the charges brought against them for breaching the framework and rules of the NPFL during their match day 27 fixture versus Aqua United at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium, Kaduna on Sunday, June 13, 2021. And the club have tendered an unreserved apology and have also accepted the blame for the infraction. I saw should I say it right? So pictures one. I saw pictures one. I also saw the notes that was released by Ahmed Musa, basically appealing to fans and also appealing to everyone, and talking about how when they decide to come back home to play for the countries, because they want to give their own quarterback to the NPFL, try to develop, and all of those things happening, not being very good, and and I'm wondering, why is it that we are beginning to have fans creep into the stadium when there's nothing official from the PTF? What's going on?
It's a deficiency on someone's part. It's someone not doing their job. I don't know who that is. I know there was a kind of discrepancy somewhere along the line. Some people are saying it should be the duty of the LMC. Some are saying it should be the duty of the the home team to make sure that you don't have fans in the stand and all that. But it's so unfortunate that these are the kinds of things we're still talking about in our sports right now, or in our football. You remember, just like we were talking about Ahmed Musa, we always want some of these internationals, or maybe ex-internationals, to come back and play on the home scene. But then when they continue to see pictures like this, gory images like this, they wouldn't want to put themselves at risk. Imagine a particular John Obi Mikel playing for, say, Plateau United now, and this kind of thing happens on the pitch. It becomes a threatening issue for someone like that. So you wouldn't expect them to have that conviction to be able to come down to the league to play, and it's something we really need to look out for. If you see South Americans, no matter how far they must have played, they always want to go back home, even if it is just one season, or or even 6 months. Let them just give more color to the league. Imagine, just like I said, a John Obi Mikel coming back to play. Someone like me will want to even see John Obi Mikel, regardless of whatever it is. You want to see some of these big stars, and it will also add its own color, it will add its own glamour to the league, and that is what is bringing for Ahmed Musa right now. But then imagine Ahmed Musa thinking about it, having to think about it twice because of his own, life. His life is very, very important, and of course, everyone's life is also very important. So I think going forward, we should stop. We should look at this kind of issue and nip it in the bud. It's a big issue that shouldn't be happening. It was an offside decision by the linesman. If you have issues with it, you know the appropriate quarters. It's not that you should try to descend on the officials in the middle of the game. I saw very disgraceful from the fans in that particular one. Hopefully going forward, we wouldn't continue to have issues like this. Hopefully our football will become more glamorous and more properly organized.
At what point are we going to stop hoping and start acting? It's a question that probably won't be answered today and maybe some other day. But a couple of weeks ago, it was all about Remo Stars and insurance.
Yeah.
And it cost the deputy governor to talk about, even the governor, to talk about withdrawing the team from the NNL. Yeah. And now there's the NPFL. But speaking of the NNL, the Shooting Stars are in a game. They're locked in a game against Stationary Stores today at the Otumba Dipo Dino Stadium there in Ijebu-Ode. And they've been asking fans to stay at home and support the clubs with their prayers. They don't need you at the stadium anytime soon, at least until all of the restrictions are lifted. But right now, just stay at home and support your team from home, from wherever, from Ibadan, from outside the country, wherever it is that you are. Just stay at home, support your team. Shooting Stars take on Stationary Stores today and at the Otumba Dipo Dino Stadium, Ijebu-Ode. Tomorrow on Sports Bank, we'll bring you results of that particular game.
That used to be a league game.
I know, right? It used to be a league game, a huge game with so much crowd in attendance and all of that. But hey, it is how they have found themselves after all these years of decline. Let's talk national team football now. First off, it is the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They've been in the US Summer Series for a while now, and today, in the early hours of tomorrow, they have at 2 a.m. Nigerian time precisely, they have a tie against the world champions, the powerhouse, United States of America. I don't want to have too much hope going into that game.
It's a preparatory game. We don't have to look too much into whatever result we'll get from it. It's about getting some other things, get some of these girls some minutes, also get to learn, different combination plays, get different partnerships. I know you understand players that maybe have a kind of understanding among themselves and all that. So it's not really about the result, it's about the experience for our ladies. I saw their last game against Portugal. Was it against Portugal? Yes,
it was against Portugal.
Against Portugal, the 3-3 draw and all that. You saw that that willingness to get the results. They were 3-1 down and they were still able to fight back, even though maybe I saw some form of defensive frailties in that particular game where we considered very cheap goals. But then those are things that we can learn from going forward. So regardless of whatever we get in this competition, is not so much. We don't need to look too much into the result. It should be we look at the positives. We've had new legs, new faces in the team now, beginning to get acclimatized with the team and all that, which is very important because we have so many aging legs. You have the Onome Ebis who are approaching 40. You have so many of them who are also...
Are we ready for that discussion? Are we really ready for that discussion?
So we need to begin to look at the future. We need to begin to look at how do we want to move on from some of these ladies. Maybe gradually begin to phase them out of it. And how do you do that? That is by bringing in fresh legs and maybe more agile
and then
ladies.
Keeping the old ones around for maybe a bit of leadership and experience.
Yeah, but it has to be a blend. You cannot afford to have, a team that is too lopsided. Having team with, so many.
Yeah, exactly why I said you should keep some of them around.
No, you have some of them around, obviously. The likes of Rita Chikwelu will still be around. They are still in their early 30s. They will still be around. But, those that are very much approaching, 40, should begin to look at calling it quits with the Super Falcons and maybe focusing on their club careers and all that. But then, ultimately, I still think it's a very good outing for the ladies. So far.
Okay, good outing. They lost the first game against Jamaica, played a 3-3 draw against Portugal, and they're going against United States of America at 2 a.m. tomorrow. That's Nigerian time. If you have a chance to catch that game, I think you should watch out for someone like Tony Payne and Nico Payne, the Payne sisters in the national team. Nico Payne is a defender, while Tony Payne plays, up front in the midfield. I mean, she created lots of chances in that game against Portugal and eventually got the assist that led to the equalizer in that game. So one of the names I think you should look forward to. also Michel Alozie played the right wing back in that game against Portugal. Absolutely industrious, young lady. You should also look out for someone like that. New faces in the team. And of course, let's see how we will rate Coach Randy Wardrum at the end of the day. Away from that, to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, where General Troy says is hopeful that fans will be allowed into the stadium to cheer on the Super Eagles when they kick off their qualifying campaign for the 2022 FIFA World Cup later this year. The Super Eagles begin their journey to Qatar on the last day in August when they host Liberia before a trip to Cape Verde 4 days later. They will also take on the Central African Republic for the sole World Cup qualifying ticket there in Group C. And the venue for the clash with the Leon Stars is yet to be confirmed, but Raw has hinted that the Texan Balogun Stadium might play host to the national team once again after the Eagles returned there for the first time in a decade during the 2021 AFCON qualifying campaign. But of course, in that game we had so a few fans are allowed into the stadium. Maybe we'll definitely still see more fans coming in to cheer the Super Eagles in the World Cup qualifiers. Go on a very quick commercial break. When we return, we're talking all about Euro 2020. Did you see the game between the France and Germany yesterday? For me, I thought the Euro 2020 officially started with that game. We'll be back. Stick around.
Yesterday's gone today, we be a lucky day. For best king, go best king, go. You are royal, you best. Oh, you come make me bad. We best king, go best. Go check these cars, oh, today, we be a lucky day. For best king.
Playground for kings.
Malaria won't show power for your side. It gon' knock you down. I'm a temp salt gel. Me I can tell you no say. Malaria my lesson when no get bad taste or bitter taste for mouth. And it easy to swallow. Try. I got red game changer. I'm a temp salt gel.
I'm a temp soft gel. Now to treat malaria. If body not well after 3 days, see a doctor.
Sense of fresh.
I feel the freshness. I got the confidence. With the liquid fuel chewing gum, not scent out fresh. I'm feeling good. I feel so yes, I feel so fresh. I feel so fresh. I get confidence. Scent of fresh. The correct chewing gum, not scent of fresh. No darling with scent of fresh.
Sense of fresh chewing gum. Trust the freshness.
What are you looking for? The experience of a lifetime? Front row seats?
Game time.
To rub shoulders with the best in the world? Ronaldo.
Oh my goodness me!
And to witness 24 teams battle it out for the ultimate prize.
Oh, what a wonderful goal!
Hey, my people. Euro 2020 don't land for your domos. Watch all the games live and get better enjoyment on Super Sports Channel 32 from 11 June to 11 July. Make una no miss any of Euro 2020 matches. Get your own Go TV decoder plus Go Tenor. Make you enjoy 1 month max subscription for just 9,500 naira. Enter the home of football. Go TV. Love it.
Báwo lẹ̀rọ àgbéká rẹ ṣe wúlò fún ọ sí?
Ṣírí àkáǹtì EcoBank Expressive.
Kò sì ní àǹfààní àyẹ̀wò tó bá ṣe déédéé. Tẹ star 326# láti ṣí àkáǹtì EcoBank Expressive tiẹ̀ lónìí. Láìsí ìwé kankan, kò sí ìyọnu, kò sì ṣẹ́jọ́ rárá. EcoBank, báǹkì gbogbo ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀.
Babe, that girl must be using something.
Hey, Berry, what kind of something?
You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32.
You're cuckoo right. I know her secrets. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day.
Tell me her secrets.
I'll give you a hint. ABZ.
ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear.
You can't keep a secret.
New Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ojúlówó Nasco cornflakes kún fún èròjà tí ń ṣara lóore tó dára nítorí wípé Old Flaked cornflakes náà ni. Old Flaked cornflakes ní apilẹ̀ṣe ní ìlànà tí gbogbo èròjà ṣara lóore inú rẹ̀ ò fi lè yingin. Oúnjẹ aṣara lóore ni, adùn inú rẹ̀ àfẹnuwó, ó sì dára fún gbogbo ẹbí. Nítorí náà, tí àtijẹ cornflakes bá dé, rí i dájú pé Old Flaked Nasco cornflakes ló yàn láàyò. Oúnjẹ aládùn tó dára ní gbogbo ìgbà.
enter the place and it brighten. Make everybody they wonder. Waiting me cause all the shine. Lush hair, lush hair. Long hair or short doesn't matter. Crochet or dreadlocks can be better. Only for girls we know better. Lush hair, lush hair. So you want to slay? Slay with swag. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. Straight or curly. You know they tango. Lie. Gotta be lush hair. Gotta be lush hair. You wonder how I shine like this. I'm on a lush hair, be the coco. Say you want to know. And if you wanna be fine like me, I can show you where to go. A lush hair, be the coco.
Beautiful people know how to make an impression, and that's why they only trust Lush Hair Extensions to bring out the shine in them. Lush Hair, be beautiful.
My name na Patito, I be first class truck driver.
Yes, it's Panadol Extra Caplets. Panadol Extra is now also available in a smaller pack of 4 caplets at only 50 naira. Same Panadol Extra Caplets that relieves headache, backache, muscle ache, menstrual pain, and toothache. If it's not Panadol, it's not the same thing as Panadol. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult a doctor. Panadol Extra contains paracetamol and caffeine. Not recommended in pregnancy and children under 12.
Too much familiarity with me. I'm going to my torí mo wà pẹ̀lú ẹni ṣé máa bá mi sọ lè bá ìyá ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn.
Àwa obìnrin ni iyọ̀ ayé. Lójú náà kí adùn yìí lè máa lọ láìlópin. Ètò yín aládùn ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin. Ó ti gbéra tán. Lórí ìkànnì yìí ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Thursday ní dédé aago 10:00 òwúrọ̀. Kódà lọ́tẹ̀ yìí ó tún máa dùn jù. Gbọ̀ngbọ̀n akànṣe. Ọ̀rọ̀ obìnrin. Ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ni. FC Wamco ilé-iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe mílìkì 3 Crowns Milk ló ń ṣe onígbọ̀wọ́ ètò yìí.
For a healthy family.
Àǹtí, ẹran yín rèé o.
Ẹ ṣeun, ẹ bá mi fi ṣàkè àti àǹtí. Ikọ́ yìí ti ń pọ̀ jù o.
Rọra bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n àǹtí, ó yẹ kẹ́yìn náà ti lọ ṣàyẹ̀wò kọ́ yìí.
Ẹ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ yìí pé mi ò lè lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn lásìkò yìí. Wọ́n kàn dédé ní pé mo ní àìsàn COVID-19 ni.
Ikọ́ yàtọ̀ síra wọn o. Ó lè jẹ́ kó fẹ́ lẹ́ni.
Ẹ wo, òótọ́ ni o àǹtí. Ẹ yẹ̀ wò ó, kẹ́ lè mọ̀ dájú.
Nítorí pé ẹni tí ò lọ kò lè mọ̀.
Ẹ yẹ ikọ́ yẹn wò fún ikọ́ ife.
Ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀rù ká mọ ohun tí ń ṣe.
Tí o bá ní ikọ́ tó ti lo ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì láì kásẹ̀ nílẹ̀, ó lè jẹ́ ikọ́ ife o. Ọ̀fẹ́ láyẹ̀wò àti ìtọ́jú ikọ́ tí o ti lè ṣe àyẹ̀wò ikọ́ ife. Pè nọ́mbà kan sí orílẹ̀ fún ìtọ́jú ikọ́ ife ní 0800-2255-282. Ìkéde ìwá látọ̀dọ̀ ilé-iṣẹ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ tó ń mójútó ètò ìlera pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn àwọn ará ìlú Amẹ́ríkà.
Splash FM 105.5.
Okay, thank you for keeping it locked on Splash 105.5 FM. We are streaming on Facebook as well, just in case you're wondering. You can see us live on Facebook. Go on Facebook, search for Splash 105.5 FM Ibadan. And now to the European scene, Euro 2020. That is what is on our mind, on our lips, everyone's mind. Cristiano Ronaldo, first was Portugal against Hungary yesterday, and the record just keeps coming for Cristiano Ronaldo. I remember when he talked about how he doesn't chase record, but the records keep chasing him. 3 goals away from topping that record set by Ali Day.
Unbelievable man. He's been all along his career. He's been mercurial. You know, he's been clutch all along, every day, every time. It looks like at the turn of every new day now is a new record for the man. He's a record-breaking machine at this point in time, breaking records here and there. The moment the starting lineup came up, yesterday, and he was in the lineup. He already made the record of being the first player to have been appearing in 5 Euros. It was at 2004 Euros, 2008, 2012, 2016, and now 2020 Euros and all that. So at the moment he got onto the pitch again, the moment he scored that goal and the other one as well, he already set another record as the highest goal scorer in every Euros. I mean, he scored 11 goals now in European competitions. I mean, that is something really, really mercurial, you just have to say. This is someone that you say is a force of nature, and well, congratulations to the man. The next record in front of him now is the highest goal scorer for any international football team. I mean, the current record is currently held by Ali Daei of Iran, who scored 109 goals for his country, and you cannot bet against Ronaldo. He's just about 4 goals away or 3 goals away from that now. I believe he would definitely do it. I don't know if he would do it at the Euros, but he would definitely do it.
Well, it looks like he would do it, because at the Euros, it really looks like that, because there are still many more games to be played, and of course you can't rule out that man from getting goals. But the other game of the day, France against Germany, the combination of Pogba and Conte in that midfield for France yesterday, and I was wondering why Germany was wearing 6 and 7s, just couldn't get to trouble the French defense in terms of forcing the keeper to make saves and all of that. But it looks like maybe what's going to happen in Group B, in this particular group rather, maybe between France and Portugal. But maybe will it be too early for us to rule out Germany at this point?
Yeah, it will be too early, because there will still be best losers in that competition. You still have 4 best losers, so you still think that Germany will still find a way around it. Hopefully they will be able to get back from that. But then we are also forgetting Rabiot in the middle of the pack for them, and that is something they've done over the course of, we saw them at the 2018 World Cup. They had Matuidi, Pogba and Kante. Now Matuidi has been phased out, sort of. Now they have Rabiot in that same position, and they played sort of a 4-4-2 diamond, where they also had Griezmann in front of them. Griezmann did more defensively than offensively in that game. It was meant to be the creative linchpin, but you saw him making tackles here and there. There was no room for you to claim you're a big boy in that particular team. You just have to work your socks up, and that is something that would probably work for France going forward in this competition.
And what 2 games today? First off, it was between Finland and Russia. Russia won that by a goal to 0. They are locked on same points with Belgium, 3 goals each. In fact, Finland as well, they have 3 points.
That group has been thrown open.
It has been thrown open, really. And Denmark, they'll feel really hard done by. I mean, going by what happened to Christian Eriksen, the fact that they had to come back and play, and how the group is very, very open at this point.
Well, they still have it within their own grasp. If they get a good result against Belgium later tomorrow, then
which will be hard.
But it's not entirely impossible. You cannot take anything away from that. Hopefully they will do that for their man. They remember, that the fact that maybe they'll be dedicating the win to Eriksen and all that, so you cannot rule them out. They can probably get it, but it will be a tall order.
They can pop up, indeed. It's going to be a tall order. In Group A, we'll see Turkey against Wales today and Italy against Switzerland. Italy, I mean, no one had so much thought on them about what they could do, but look at how they handled business the very first game, and now they're going against Switzerland, which they could really, really be one of the first teams to qualify to the next round.
I believe they will be the first team to qualify, because once they get that result, then they are definitely through to the round of 16, and you cannot rule that out against a Swiss team that, they did so well against Wales, but then they still didn't get that win in the first game. Mbolo was particularly fantastic in that first game, but then they were able to play 1-1 draw in that game. So you think that Italy will have the better of them. We saw Insigne, we saw Ciro Immobile, we saw them running riot against was it Turkey now in the first game and all that. So going forward, you think that this game is all for Italy. It's Italy's game to lose, and I think they would do it. So maybe Italy will be the first team to qualify, and they will continue that title as the dark horses.
Dark horses indeed, until they may be a very much stronger team, just as they are, and then they will be truly tested. Away from Euros, before we wrap things up today, time is not a friend. We have to leave the European Super League real quick. Juventus, Barcelona, and Real Madrid have been admitted to next season's Champions League, despite their involvement in the European Super League.
Never in doubt.
And I'm wondering, what happened to UEFA? All back and no bite.
Well, you can't bite some people. Some people are just, you know, I don't want to say anyone is bigger than the rule and all that, or bigger than the law, but then some people are just too big. You cannot have a UEFA Champions League without
these
a
three,
Real Madrid,
teams.
a Barcelona, and
I mean, that is the
Juve.
finances, you know, all through the roof. But
no Lionel Messi, no Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean,
no,
you
can't
can't
try that. Okay, maybe we'll talk more about that tomorrow or towards the weekend as well. We'll look at the pros and cons as regards that. But we have to leave the studio right now. Thanks for being a part of Just Football. Thanks for being here, Fit Adedeji.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Okay, we'll be back here tomorrow, 7:30 for Sports Bank. My name is Blessing Fowowe. Au revoir.
Spread your wings on Splash